Bottom? Okay. So talk to me. We got, what's the very first problem say? 5 kilometers equals what? How many miles? So we have 5 kilometers, and we want to know how many miles that would be. Right? Now, I feel an easy thing. So this is just a single conversion, meaning I'm just converting a kilometer into a mile. I'm not doing kilometers per hour or anything like that into miles per second or anything like that. So I'm just doing one conversion. So, did it work? Did it work, Angela? Yes. Okay, good. So what do we know on our conversions? Are we worried about like minutes to seconds or anything like that? Gallons to liters? No. Do we have something that has to do with kilometers versus miles? Is there a direct correlation there for kilometers to miles or miles to kilometers? What do we know? 1 mile equals what?
1.609.
Okay. So I'm going to put this over 1, just have it as a fraction. I'm going to multiply by another fraction. Okay. In order to get kilometers to cancel out, I need to have kilometers on bottom. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. So you said that something equals miles. What was it?
1.609.
1.609 kilometers is equal to 1 mile. Okay. What math is going to take place here if I'm going from top to bottom? Yeah. Division. So I'm going to go 5 divided by 1.609. And then things that I want you to notice is I have kilometers here on top. That's going to cancel with kilometers on bottom. I'm left with miles. I'm left with miles. So what is 5 divided by 1.609? 3.1075. So 3.1075 miles is the same thing as 5 kilometers. Roughly. We've had to round it a smidge, but that's for the most part. Okay? So it talks about this guy as the heaviest person. Heaviest person, is that the one? Heaviest person, right? How much does this person weigh?
Pretty heavy.
Pretty heavy, good. Yeah. How much?
Trick question.
And we want to go to pounds. Okay? So again, it's a single conversion because I'm just going from a weight to a weight. Is there a conversion I want? So I'm going to put this, make this a fraction. It's over 1. Good. What do I think, what should be canceled out? What should be the next fraction as a denominator? Should be pounds over what? Spell. Over kilogram? Okay. So what's our exchange? What do we know? Yeah.
2.204 pounds.
2.204 pounds over 1 kilogram. So what's going to take place is kilograms cancels with kilograms, and we're left with pounds. Thank very little. Let's see here and not here. And is this an escort now?
Can you read no, they're not escort. Can you just read initial that you so I just asked. Thank you.
All right, is the one conversion done? What do we do if it's top to top as far as our things go? Multiplication. So what is 635 times 2.204? God bless you. What do we got? Go ahead. 1,399.54 pounds. Holy cow, that guy weighed almost 1,400 pounds. Woohoo! Yo. Okay. The 0.54 wasn't there. But did you just read me the 0.54? Oh, I think you're fine. I think you probably just rounded it at some point. That's okay. Yeah.
So like on the conversion factors, like is it the first one that we see?
Yeah, but sometimes you'll have to do multiple ones in order to get there. Like they won't have, a light year to a second, so you'd have to go through the conversions. And I know there's not light year on here, but it could be like year to second. There's not that conversion right away, so we have to do it multiple times to get there. So, but these first two were one step, literally going from here to here, and it's converted. But I think number 3, we're going to have multiple conversions. Okay, so we have 93 million miles away is the sun from Earth. Okay, takes the light. Yeah.
For like the test on this, sorry to interrupt, but like
You
for
good?
the test, would we have the conversion factors on the test? Or do we
Oh,
have
I'll give you quite a few. Yeah, you'll have most of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a totally fair question. Let's see. Can I put a couple things here? I want this there. No, that's. I want that. Okay, so 93 million miles. And what do we want to convert it to? Kilometers. So I want to get it to kilometers. Okay. So it's going to be a lot of kilometers, I think. Do we have a direct? So that 93 million miles, I'm going to put it over 1 so it's not a fraction. Okay. Do I know how many miles are in a kilometer or how many kilometers are in a mile by chance?
Yes.
What do I know?
1.609 kilometers.
So 1.609 kilometers is 1 mile. And being on multiplying fractions, I can reduce this and this. This matches that. So I'm going to go 93 million times 1.609, and I would get a larger number than 93 million. So I'd say just multiply these two together. I'm pretty sure most of you can do it on a calculator. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So number 4 says time for New Horizons, NASA, to get to Pluto. So this was a space probe that we sent to Pluto. So it's not instantaneous. We're not Star Wars. It's not the Kessel Run. It's not Star Trek. It's not warp speed. It's taking a projectile, and as soon as it breaks the orbit of Earth, it slingshots towards Pluto. And it's going pretty fast, but it's going to take 9.48 years to get there. Okay, so just shy of 10 years. And I want to know how many seconds this took. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'll make this a fraction. Okay, because we're going to start reducing. We're just multiplying by fractions. So do I have a seconds to year conversion right away? No. Let's see. I do know how many days are in a year, though, I think. How many? So what needs to be on bottom here to cancel out year? 1 year is how many days? 365.25 days. So if I did this math right now, that's going to cancel with that, and my answer is going to be in what? Days. Okay, but I want it in seconds. Okay, do I have a seconds to day conversion right off the bat? Or do I know something else? I know hours, so let's see. I want 1 day is how many hours? 24 hours. So if I were to cancel this and this, and if I were to multiply this times this, what is my answer's units? Hours. I want to get to seconds, right? I want to get to seconds. Okay, so now, what needs to be on bottom to cancel out? 1 hour, and 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay, so now, this is going to cancel with that, and if I were to multiply 9.48, 365.25, 24 times 60, what is my answer in as far as units now? Minutes. What do I want to get to? Seconds. So I got one more to go. What needs to be on bottom to cancel out? Minutes. So 1 minute is how many seconds? 60 seconds. Okay? And by doing this, minutes cancels out. And if I multiply 9.48 times 365.25 times 24 times 60 times 60, my answer is going to be in seconds. And I don't know what it comes out to, but it's a bigger number.
It's really big. It's 2999166.
There you go. So again, on a calculator, multiply. This times this. Anything on top gets multiplied. Anything on the bottom gets divided. Okay, you do need a calculator. Oh, I don't have a calculator. Yeah, but you got an iPhone 22 in your hand. I was saying, I find it really sad when kids don't have a calculator, but they got a $600 phone. Really? You get the tools you need for this class. One class period is 51 minutes. One class period is 51 minutes. Okay? We want to know how many days this is. Now, first thing, is 51 minutes less than a day? Yeah, so our answer is going to be a decimal. Don't you think? Okay, and it's going to be a decimal because we're talking about less than 1 day. Okay? I'm going to put the 51 minutes over 1. And do I have a minutes to day conversion that I know about? What do I want to cancel out first move? 1 minute. Hang on a second. I want my answer. I think I know that 60 minutes is 1 hour. Oh, wait, why did I put 60 on bottom? Because 60 hours is not 1 minute. 1 hour is 60 minutes, but I wanted to cancel out minutes as my first move. So if I were to do this right now, what's my answer going to be in? Hours. Okay, I want to figure out days. Oh, I think I could do that. I know that 1 day is how many hours? 24 hours. What cancels that now? Hours. And that's going to give me my answer in days. Now, here's how I would do this problem. I mean, I would literally, on my calculator, go 51 divided by 60, enter, divided by 24, enter. What'd you get? 0.035 days? I don't know. I think I didn't do it with a calculator. But you're dividing. Would that make sense? That less than 1 day is 51 minutes? Do I think it's 3.5% of a day? That's about right, I guess. Huh. Let's see. Length of soccer field. We have 100 yards. We want that in centimeters. Do I have a centimeters to yards conversion, or do I have a yards to centimeters conversion right off the bat? So I have to work through it a little bit. So I'm going to put this over 1. I'm going to multiply by something. And I have a feeling yard will be on the bottom. And I think, what is my conversion that I have for centimeters? Anyone see a centimeter conversion right off the bat? 1 inch. 1 inch, okay? So is a yard and an inch going to be kind of the same units? Like a yard is longer than an inch? But that's in this, it's in English versus metric. Okay, so 1 yard is How many? 3 feet. Okay, we know that. So right now, if I were to cancel this, and I multiply those two together, my answer is going to be in what? Feet. I don't want feet. I want to get to centimeters. Okay, so now I know that 1 foot is how many inches? 12 inches. Okay, if I were to do the math right now and do all the cancellations, what is my units I will be in? Inches. I want to get to centimeters. Do I have an inch to centimeter conversion roughly? And what is it? 2.54 centimeters is the same as 1 inch. So now if I do the math, that cancels that. Am I dividing anything on this problem? No. Ones are in all the denominators. So I'm going to go 100 times 3 times 12 times 2.54. 9,144? Okay. I'll take it. Again, I think you can plug this into your calculator. Remember, and God bless you, anything on top, you're multiplying. So this times this times this times this. Don't have to divide anything because nothing's in the denominator other than 1. Then we have 86,400 seconds. Someone wants to know how many days that would be. Do seconds and days have anything to do with each other? Yeah. Okay. So, first step is I'm going to put my seconds over what? 1 times. Do I have a seconds to day conversion right now? No. Okay, so what's got to be on bottom to cancel out? Seconds. Okay, and I might have to have some sort of seconds there. I know that 1 minute is 60 seconds. What's canceling out right now? The seconds. So this right now is going to be 86,400 divided by 60. And what's my units the answer will be in now? Be in minutes. Am I in days yet? No. Okay. What else do I know? What do I have to have on bottom in order to cancel it out? Minutes. And I might have to have a certain amount of them. What's the conversion I know with minutes? 60 minutes is what? Is 1 hour. Okay? If you go through this, the minutes cancels with minutes. If I did this math, if I went 86,400 divided by 60, enter, divided by 60, enter, what is my units? It's in hours. I want to get to days. I think I know how many days. Okay, so 1 day is equal to what, or is the same as what? 24 hours. And what happens with the hours? They cancel. Okay, I have a whole bunch of stuff in the denominator. So on the calculator, it's literally this. 86,400 divided by 60. Enter. Divided by 60. Enter. Divided by 24. Enter. Okay, please notice that I didn't go 86,400 divided by 60, divided by 60, divided by 400, or 24. I hit enter after each iteration. And that's to get to 1 day. How many days is it? It comes out at 1 exactly? Oh, that is so cool. 1 day. 1 day. Huh. Speed limit 925, 65 miles per hour. What does per hour mean? That's how you write 65 miles per hour. You travel 65 miles for every 1 hour of driven. I want to know as kilometers per hour. Okay? So now my starting problem is already a fraction. I don't have to put it over 1. I have it as a unit. So for every 1 hour that I'm driving, 65 miles is taking place. So 65 miles per hour. Is there anything that it matches up with on the far side? Any of the units?
Yes.
What does? Hours matches fine. I don't have to change any of our hours, but I do have to convert my miles into kilometers. Do I have a miles and kilometers?
Yes.
I do. What do I have? 1 mile is equal to what? 1.609 kilometers. Okay, so now watch this. What's going to reduce on this fraction as far as the words go? What's gone? Mile. I have mile top, mile bottom. They cancel out. Where's hours? Is it still on bottom? It didn't move. It's still there. Okay? Is my answer going to be in kilometers per hour now? It is. So I'm going to go 65 times 1.609. That's going to give us a number bigger than 65. Okay? And again, note, kilometers and hours matched up, top and bottom. Very simple concept that's easy to get lost on when you're like, oh, I can do it in my head. Yeah. Number 9, fastest speed for NASCAR race, 212 miles per hour. 212 miles. How do I write this as a fraction? Over 1 hour. That's my rate. I want to know how many feet per second that is. Okay? So, what is my numerator units right now? My numerator unit is what? What is my numerator unit? Miles. What's my numerator unit I want to get to? Feet. What's my denominator unit? Hours, and I want to get to seconds. So I have 2 conversions. I need both the top and the bottom to change. You have to pick. Where do I want to start with this problem? Okay, do I want to convert the miles into feet first, or do I want to convert the hours into seconds? It doesn't matter. Your answer is going to be the same. So I know that, let's just pick. Kruger, miles to feet or hours to seconds? Your choice. Just pick one. Okay? I want to convert this first. I want to get it into feet. Is there a ratio we know, or a relationship we know between feet and miles right now?
Yeah.
What?
5,280.
Uh-huh. 5,280 feet is the same as 1 mile. What is going to cancel right now on this part of the problem? Miles is gone. If I did the math right now, what is my units? What are my units? Feet per feet per hour. Got it? Does that make sense? I chose to convert my miles into feet, but my hours stayed as is. So right now, if I did 212 times 5280, I'm going to get that many feet per hour. Okay? So, feet now matches with feet. I'm not going to do any more with the feet. Now, what do I know? I want to convert hours. I know that 1 hour is how many minutes?
60 minutes.
1 hour is 60 minutes. What's going to reduce up there? What units cancel? Yeah, this hour here cancels this hour here. So now the problem is 212 times 5280, enter, divided by 60. And if I leave my answer as is right now, what will my units be for this problem? Feet per minute. Okay? On the black, that would have been feet per hour. The green one takes us to feet per minute. Kruger.
Would there ever be a time where you add all the denominators together and then divide that by the answer you get from the top?
You won't add them, you'll multiply them. But how I look at this is I look at this as an individual problem. So I would take care of that first. And then I would divide by 60 next. So I would literally, on the calculator, go 212 times 5280, enter. There's a big answer there. And then I'd say, oh, this is on bottom. Divided by 60, enter. Because that's going to take whatever this answer is, divided by 60. Okay, and now it's going to would give me the answer in feet per minute. But I want it in feet per second. Okay, so I know that 1 minute is 60 seconds. What's canceling as far as units right now? Minute cancels minute. I'm going to be in feet per second. Is that what my answer needs to be in? So I have feet per second. So I would go on a calculator, 212 times 5280, enter. Divided by 60, enter. What's the last step? Divided by 60 again, enter.
Wait, how do you know which ones to divide and multiply?
Bottom divide.
All right.
Number on bottom divide.
Oh, okay. So if the one on top if the one on top is circled, that means you have to multiply. But if it's circled on the bottom, you have to divide. Because wait.
Okay,
So,
numbers and letters are up there. You still with me in this conversation?
yeah.
Okay. Numbers only. I'm canceling out units right now. So I can cancel top to top, or top to bottom, or bottom to top. Anywhere on top to anywhere on bottom, because we're multiplying a whole string of things together. The reason it works like this in multiplication is multiplication has the associative property. Means that A times B times C is the same thing as B times A times C. Sorry. I can't do the letters in my head. Okay? So anything on top, any numbers on top. So basically, this is the same thing as 212 times 5280 times 1 times 1. On bottom, it's 1 times 1 times 60 times 60. So you can take whatever's on top divided by whatever's on bottom. But I'm trying to say, do this problem first. And you leave that. So if you go 212 times 5280, the reason I'm multiplying, these are both top numbers. Okay? That's going to give you a number on your calculator. It's going to be sitting there until you do something with your calculator. Right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to include this to the next part of the problem. So being that this is on bottom means I'm going to take whatever my answer was, and I'll go divided by 60, enter. Okay? And then this is being it's on bottom, I'm going to divide by 60 again. So if I went this times this, that's one answer. Divided by 60 is now a different answer. Divided by this 60 is going to give me my answer in feet per second. Did we get an answer yet? 310 feet. 93 repeating. So 310 feet per second. Wow. You know how far that is? End zone to end zone, goal line to goal line, is 300 feet. Add one of the end zones on. That's how far you're traveling if you do 212 miles per hour. You do that in a second. I know we got some fast runners out there. That's really fast. Wow. Surface area of the Empire State Building. 87120 square feet. I want to know how many square meters. Okay, hang on a second. Hang on a second. I have to do a little bit of math on this because I don't have square feet to square meters, do I? So I have to do a little side note because I have to get stuff in. Excuse me. So do I have feet to meters? Anybody? Do I have feet to meters on there? Do I have kilometers to feet? Do I have miles to feet? Miles to kilometers? I have miles to feet, and then do I have kilometers? I have yards. Do I have any kilometers on there? Do I have meters on there? Anywhere on there? What do you think? This is a little bit more of a doozy. So let's do this. I know that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. Do you agree with that? Watch the math that's going to take place. It's not on there. It's not on your sheet. But if I were to square this, and I just square this, that gives me that 1 square foot, because 1 squared is equal to 12 squared, which is 144 square inches. That's a direct thing. So I need to figure out, do I have anything else that I know? So this is going to be my first conversion. 1 square foot is going to be 144 square inches. What's going to cancel up there? Feet squared is gone. If I were to multiply this out, my answer is in what? Almost. Square inches. Okay? All right. Is there anything that I know about inches that has to go with the metric system? Meaning meters or centimeters or millimeters or anything like that. Is there any conversions on it? Do what? Centimeters. What about centimeters? So we know that what? 1 centimeter is equal to what?
1 inch is equal to
2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. What's my units up there right now? What? Square. What do I have to do with this? I have to square each of these. Oh, this is a great problem. I love this. Okay? Move that out of the way. All right. Can somebody on a calculator go 2.54 times 2.54? 2.54 times 2.54. 6.4516 square centimeters. So 1 square inch is the same thing as 6.4516 square centimeters. Okay. Let's see. 1 inch squared is the same thing as 6.4516 square centimeters. What's going to cancel out up here? Inches squared. So if I were to multiply this times this times this, now my answer is in square what? Centimeters. Okay. Okay. I think that I know centimeters to meters. What do we know?
1 meter equals
1
1
meter.
meter is what?
100.
Is equal to 100 centimeters. Is this ready to convert right now? I need to square it. Why? Because my whole unit is squared. So I have 1 squared is 1. So I have 1 square meter. So a meter this way by this way, a square of it, is 100 times 100. And 100 times 100 is 10,000 square centimeters. Whoa. What goes on top and what goes on bottom? 10,000 square centimeters goes on bottom. Good. Because I know that that's the same as 1 square meter. We wanted our answer in square meters. Cancellations are awesome up here. Centimeter square is gone. So help me out. what's being multiplied and what's being divided. Go ahead.
Okay, so the first two are being multiplied.
So are you saying 87, 120, and 144?
Yes.
Okay, those are being multiplied. What else is being multiplied or divided?
The next one's going to be multiplied.
Okay, so 87, 120 times 144, enter, times 6.5416, enter, and then what?
And then divide by 10,000.
And then divide by 10,000. You got it, pal. Good job. You saw it. How much? 8,000. Say it one more time. 93. 8,093.171 square meters is the same thing as 87,120 square feet. This is a big kind of gotcha question. This is a big thought process. This is something, and I guarantee, guys and girls, you're not going to be walking up in New York City going, wow, look at the Empire State Building. I wonder how much paint it would paint that whole thing. And some guy coming up the street, oh, it's 87,120 square feet. But you're from Europe. So you don't understand the whole feet thing, because that's English. Well, lad, how many square meters is that? And you're like, meters? What do we care about meters for? We're in miles and yards and feet. So this had multiple things that we had to do. We had to realize these things to take place. We had to realize these things take place. We had to realize these things take place. Because the units have to match to cancel out. Does anyone know what centimeters squared over centimeters reduces to? Centimeters squared to centimeters. It's tug of war. Who wins? Centimeters squared or centimeters? Who wins, top or bottom? Centimeters squared. How much do we win by? 2. It wins by 1. Centimeters squared because centimeters is the first. So if I had centimeters to the 5th power over centimeters, who wins, top or bottom? Top by 4, so centimeters to the 4th. That's how you reduce it. That's where your tug of war comes in. All right. Here in the football field. Woo! The football. How about my Steelers winning that last drive? Man, I tell you what, that clock keeper for San Diego, he cheated. See it? Anyone watch the game?
I watched some.
Anyone want to watch the very end of it?
What happened?
Okay. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game. San Diego scores. They kick it off. Ben, what happens during a kickoff if it goes through the end zone? Does the clock start, or when does the clock start?
Clock starts when
So yeah, the guy catches it and starts running, right? Clock starts. Goes out of the back of the end zone. Clock start?
No.
20 seconds ticks down. They set the ball. Now Pittsburgh is on the 20 because it's a touchback. They have 2 minutes, 38 seconds. Should have been 2:58. They allowed 20 seconds to count down. It was not caught. Fortunately for the Steelers, my beloved team has more Super Bowl rings than any other team. Yep, that's where I'm going. Sorry.
What was the score?
44-24.
Yeah.
They're not undefeated though.
Oh, I understand.
Panthers.
What's that?
Like the Panthers.
Panthers. That's all right. When the Panthers get as many Super Bowl rings, we'll talk. It's like, dude, you're really there. Yeah, I'm there. I'm sorry. It's me. I have to take pride in something. It's like the people who like the Cubs.
Oh, I like the Cubs.
Last World Series, 1927. Is that right? Something like that.
Really long time.
Gotta love them. It's amazing how many people love the Red Sox back when they were playing the Yankees in 5. I love the Yankees. My favorite team ever. I love the teams that people love to hate. I'm sorry. All right. So yards to feet, this seems okay, but it's yards squared to feet squared. Yards to feet, which is easy to do, but we're going yards squared and feet squared. So I have to know that 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. So how do I get it to the appropriate units? What has to take place with conversion? What do I have to do? No. Well, it has to do with multiplication, but what? So I have feet to yard. I have yard squared to feet squared. What do I have to do? Square them both. Good. If I square this, I have to square this. 3 squared is 9, so I get 9 square feet. 1 squared is 1 is equal to 1 square yard. Notice now I've converted my units. This is going to be a little nicer problem to work with. I want my answer to be in feet squared. So what am I going to have as a denominator? What do I want to cancel out? Yards squared. And I know that 1 yard squared is the same thing as 9 square feet. Yards cancels yards. 6,600 times 9 is bigger than 6,600. And that'll give us the appropriate answer. That was a short one, but you have to realize this conversion is totally legal to do. Last couple problems are all review. Let me just write them up real quick. So I have 3y minus 2x equals 12. I have y minus 1 equals 3/4 x minus 24. V equals pi r squared h. And y equals mx plus b. Okay, so the first one I want to solve for y. I want to solve for x. I want to solve for r. And I want to solve for x. Got it? Let's do the math. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Cool. I want y by itself. So what should I do to all 3 terms? Divide all 3 terms by 3. Leave fractions as fractions. Don't go and get fancy on me. Don't go and, oh, it's...
0.66.
Yeah, but 2/3 the same thing. It's better. Okay, second problem. I want to solve for x. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this side by 4/3. And this whole side by 4/3. This and this and this and this all cancel. Woo! Distribute over. 4/3y minus 4 times 1. There we go. Equals x minus 24. Yeah! Okay. Where should we go from there? Add 4/3. Right. Add 4/3 to both sides. Good. Oops, that's still minus 24. Multiply everything by 3 to clear the denominator. And then, that's a minus sign, sorry. What was that, 72? Plus 4. So that becomes 76. Divide everything by 4. What? Oh, we are. Oh, dude. I don't know why I did that. Oh, shoot. I should have just added 24 to both sides right there. Called it good. Sorry about that. Sorry. These are all being held together by multiplication, right? So I'm going to divide each side by pi, divide each side by h. So r squared is equal to that. I want to solve for r, so what should I do to both sides? Square root. So you have r equals root v over pi h. Some people would be like, dude, can't have pi h as the denominator under radical, can deal with it. And then this one, subtract v, divide by everything by m. That, guys and girls, what's your homework? Or what's your homework that you should have done last night was. Your assignment tonight is page 59 and 60. Which is worksheet 1B. Guys and girls, I'm going to tell you, Dimensional analysis isn't something that you can learn by osmosis. It's to learn by trying. If you're not trying it, it's not going to just come to you sitting there. I'm sorry, I wish it would. I'm in my office pretty much all day today.